All right. Question many of you might have is, who the fuck are you and what the fuck are you doing? And I'll tell you. I'm Jameson. How you doing? I live in New York. And what I like to do is I like to tell stories. I like to be told stories, and I like to make stories happen. So what I'm doing is I am collecting anonymously just tons of stories from people that you will send in to me, and I'll have no idea who the fuck you are. I promise you I have no idea who you are. And what I'm doing is I'm using things and events that have happened to me in my life and my opinions to relate to what you said and give you feedback or give you my thoughts. And I'm just kind of putting it out there. And you know what? Like, we're all fucking weird. And I feel like we live in a world nowadays where people are more or less afraid to admit that because they think they're going to get canceled or people aren't going to be friends with them or this and that. As long as you abide by a few simple things, then you should be absolutely fine. As long as you live your life and you want to help others and you don't go out there and you start affecting other people's lives negatively, you should be absolutely fine. If you're going out there and you're cutting other people down or you're hurting their lives, then you shouldn't be doing that, and you're not a good person from it. But I think you should be able to do basically anything under the sun that doesn't hurt other people. That could mean anything. I mean anything. Because life is kind of, at the end of it, you're 95 years old and you're laying in bed and you don't have any brain injuries. All you have to hold on to is your memories. So what I'm saying is just make them, you know? Don't live like a little bitch. Go do what the fuck you want. And then type it out and send it to me, and I'll talk about it. Every Thursday at 9 p.m. Thanks. So here, we're going to get it going now. My brother fucked this girl I was trying to get with for a month. Eventually, he told everyone, and it destroyed the relationship he was in at the time. A few months later, at college, my roommate fucked my Tinder date. My life feels like a story written by Larry David. 'Cause you make it, pal. You're trying to fuck someone for a month. What do you... That's not a player move. You have to move on. You have to keep your options open. You have to be ready for anything. Anything that comes your way. Go to a bar, just start, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Just start talking random nonsense to a ton of girls. It's like, you ever watch The Deadliest Catch? They don't just throw out one crab trap and be like, oh, like, we're going to get a big catch that's going to have us for the rest of the year. What they do is they throw out about fucking 30, 40, 50, 60 crab traps all across the Bering Sea. And you know what? One crab trap, that shit's empty. Next one, empty too. The next 15, empty crab traps. The next 10, they're full of those crabs, baby. King crabs. you're not casting a wide enough net. How are you going to be sad that your roommate fucked your Tinder date? Match with someone else, dude. And better yet, fuck Tinder. Go out into the real world and talk to a woman. Just start spewing some bullshit. Just start saying dumb things. And it'll work. It's worked for me about every time I've had sex in my entire life. You need to plant multiple seeds throughout the forest. You need to buy a bag of seeds, and the bag of seeds, that is your interesting topics of discussion, your pickup lines, your compliments, and you walk out into the woods with those seeds, and you start putting them into the soil. And what happens with seeds, they're not all going to grow, but a couple of those seeds are going to grow into beautiful plants. I can tell you're a relationship kind of guy. That's sort of what it seems like. But you know what? A relationship doesn't just start as a big tree. A relationship starts as a little itty bitty sapling. And you got to let it grow. You got to water it. You got to fertilize it. Nurture it. Bring it to life. Okay? Start throwing out your crab traps. There was this girl who I had a great time with for a bit. One thing she had me do was put coke on my dick, and she snorted it off. She was kind of nuts, and we lost touch after a bit. About a year later, I was having a snow party and struck out that night. I decided, why not rekindle the old flame with Crazy Coke Girl? So I threw some yayo flakes on my pecker and snapped a few good angles and sent the pics to her. I thought this was dynamite. It would get the juices flowing and she'd come right over. 4 to 5 pictures in, I received an urgent text back. Wrong number. Please delete. Okay, text back. You don't do that. You must go to Snapchat if you're doing that. And also, maybe not just fucking start off just flinging dick pics out there. Maybe first see if she wants that. But you know what? It kind of seems like maybe you already had that relationship foundation built where that was all okay. So if so, that's chill. But, you know, risky moves all around. And then he says, I sent a low angle pic that showed not only my dick, but my face. So you are, let's get this straight, texting a dick pic from down below. So we're talking like, you're like this. And you got, alright, first of all, you got the balls in there too, which not many women are trying to like catch nut in the photograph. And you have coke on your penis. And also your face is in it. That's like a triple-decker no-no sandwich right there. You can't fucking do that. Like you have to just think more before you're gonna do that. And even if you just Snapchatted it and it was like sent for like 3 to 5 seconds or something, that's still like low-key wild, but it's not retarded. What you did is just mind-blowingly dumb. But we all do stupid shit, so alright. So, yeah, he checked with his boy who knew the Crazy Coke Girl, and he confirmed that she had changed her phone number. And you sent a picture of your dick with cocaine on it and also your face in it to a random person. I am going to say let's just use this as a learning experience. Let's just think before we dick pic. And let's really just use our heads on this one next time. And there's a lot of things that happened that were unavoidable. Not that were avoidable. And dude, that's on you. But again, life is full of learning experiences. This is one for you. And you know what we're going to do, bros? We're going to bounce back. And we're going to think, and we're going to just, I don't know, dude. We're going to not do that, man. You feel me? Like, yeah, bro. I don't know. Okay. So this semester I've been struggling to pay for school. I've had to go home most weekends to work, so I haven't been able to rage. This just isn't an option for me anymore, as it shouldn't be. We're young, and we should party. So I made a seeking arrangements account. I got a shit ton of messages, and this one guy looked cool, wanted a platonic relationship. So I decided to meet up at a Panera Bread. I took my best friend with me undercover just in case things got weird. And oh, did they get weird. First off, the man wasn't hungry, so then I thought it would be awkward if I'm sitting there going down on a U-Pick 2 while he watches me eat. So we then both got drinks and sit down. I start talking, you know the basics. I found out that he has 7 kids and is still married. His wife has no idea, and the reason he is a sugar daddy is because they don't have sex, because she is a devout Catholic. He went into extreme detail about how she tracks her ovulation and pussy temperature and all this other shit. Then he starts asking me what I'm into. He asks if I give head and if I like it and if I swallow. All after me saying I don't want anything physical. And when I answered, I think I literally watched him get a hard on. His face was doing some freaky ass contortion shit. And then he started asking me about anal and brought up how sensitive taints are. In the middle of Panera Bread, I started getting really uncomfortable, so I said I had a meeting to get to, and I got the fuck out of there. He gave me $20 before I left. Okay. Well, I would like to first start off with how sensitive taints are. Because I was hooking up with this one girl, and she did this shit where, like, she got my balls. And she pulled them up there, and she held them there. And when she held them there, the thumb slid down. And then it did a little massage, a little wiggle in there. That shit was mind-blowing. I made bitch noises, like fucking little bitchy baby noises. I was like, huh? Because it was crazy. It was fucking unbelievable. If you're a girl and you want to hear a dude squeal, rub his taint. But anyways, I mean, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I don't know if you got to be a hooker, though. I think there's better ways to make money fast. I haven't found out any of them yet, though, because, like, I pick up sticks and I deliver pizza right now. So, if you figure out, let me know. But hooker, not the best move. Feel me? This guy from Tinder hit me up on a random Tuesday afternoon and was like, I want to fuck you, come over. And me being the horny college girl that I am, who just took a very hard accounting midterm, which has absolutely no relation in the fact that you may be horny. That was just like the shittiest excuse I've ever heard. Like, oh, I'm just gonna have sex because, oh, this midterm was so hard. Just say you wanted to get fucked, all right? And I was like, okay, yeah, why not? Let me let me loosen stress after this exam. Oh, you're full of shit. So he started talking about some shit about how good he is and how he's going to be the best I've ever had. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I get there and we start doing the thing, and he goes down on me for a very mediocre 35 seconds. And I'm like, okay, not great. So I give him a head for a minute. And he gets on top of me. And I kid you not, he puts his dick in and instantly comes. And I'm like, oh, wow, weird. And I thought he was going to be super apologetic and embarrassed. But he was like completely satisfied and was like, you want to go get food or something? I was just like, wow, this was super weird. Gotta go. So yeah, so there's my story time for you. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, well, let's see here. How do I feel about this? All right, number one. My dude, like, if you're nervous about having sex, how you gonna go down on her for 35 seconds? That's not gonna make you less nervous. If I'm nervous, if I'm like afraid, I'm like, oh my god, like she's really hot, like I think I might just come or something like that. Which has happened millions of times. Like I have nutted fast like an insurmountable number, but you know, I figured it out. I figured out the game. If you're nervous, just get into foreplay for like, dude, drag that shit for like an hour until you even like forget who you are. Like, the key is you just can't be thinking of anything. Like, your head has to be like, you remember SpongeBob when Patrick's got like the monkey and the symbols in his head? Like, that's gotta be you. But like the symbols banging together is like your dick, like fucking going to town, you know? That's what you gotta be like. So don't go down on her for 35 seconds. This is advice to this man. You just stay down there. Just, even if you suck at it, just kind of just, Actually, nah, get better at it. It's not hard. Spell the ABCs with your tongue and find the clit. It's like a little, you know, like a remote, like little power button on your remote control. Find one of those. It's hard to miss. And then just stay there. Maybe slip a finger or two. 3 even, I don't know. But also, to the woman, nutting early is like so embarrassing. And he offered to take you for food. Don't make him out to be a bad guy for that. He felt super weird. And he just wanted to make it normal. Maybe he was kind of into you. Even though he just met you on... he did say he just wanted to fuck, though, so... He definitely thought you were cute, though, and he was nervous. And usually when you nut early, it's because you're, like... You're super afraid that you won't be able to satisfy the woman. And then, in turn, you end up definitely not being able to satisfy the woman. So, I mean, yeah, he was trying to get more comfortable. Maybe if you went out to eat with him or something, or you guys got food and then you came back later after talking for a while, maybe he would have been more comfortable and he would have given you that best night of your life that you were looking for. You never know. I'd say always just give people the benefit of the doubt. All right, well, that's that for that one. All right, so there I was swiping through Tinder, like we all do. Which is facts. Like, I'll swipe through Tinder sometimes. It's not because it's not because I want to find the love of my life. It's more because I want to just like bullshit with somebody and kind of like just like waste some time or something. Like maybe I'm tired of playing Xbox, or maybe I've seen this episode of Parks and Rec too many times or some shit like that. I don't know. I get bored. You feel me? Alright, anyways. Yeah, so I matched with this guy named Chad. We were talking and I found out he just moved to Madison. She says UW Madison. I think that's the University of Wisconsin. Shout out to the Badgers. I wasn't yada yada yada. He says that we could go out for drinks. So he went to my favorite bar, since I know all the bartenders. I'm grabbing brews with this guy and we're talking about life. You know, small talk shit. Somehow we got on the topic of Tinder dates. This man proceeded to tell me he goes on 1 to 2 Tinder dates a night. But on weekends, it's 3 to 4 a day. I legit spit my beer out because of how shocked I was. I then decided to make a fool out of this guy and just started asking around to anyone in sight if this was normal. 9 out of 10 people agreed and said it wasn't. As the night went on, I kept trying to get out of the date. Well, Chad went to the bathroom, and the bartenders and I made a plan to get me the hell out of there. So, Chad comes back, and about 2 minutes later, I get a phone call from my work saying it's emergency. My work. So you see what they did there. I apologize, offered to pay the tab, and walk my happy ass the fuck out of the bar. I sat in my car and waited until I got the go-ahead that the guy left the bar. I went back in and got free drinks the rest of the night because everyone felt so bad. Moral of the story, don't go on a date with a guy named Chad. Alright. You know what? Chad is doing exactly what Chad should be doing. And I don't know if you think that Chad is your one exclusive man because he went on another date beforehand, or what's going on with that. Because Chad took his crab traps and he placed them around the whole campus. And you know what Chad's doing? Chad's just checking them and seeing if there's crabs in there. Chad's not ready to bring in the whole catch. Chad's seeing if he likes the crabs he's got. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know? It's dating. It's not a big deal. And I don't think you had to make a big deal about it. But assuming from the fact that you got free drinks for the rest of the night, they probably feel bad for you because you're a smoke show. And you weren't treated like you're the only woman in the world for one night. So, I mean, props to you, though, for that. Getting free drinks. But Chad's out here hustling. He's not even playing girls. He's looking for a girlfriend. I don't know why Tinder is the place for that. It's not for me. I'm not down with that, but he didn't say, come to my dorm room and like, let's fuck. Like, Chad's legitimately going out here, going on dates and meeting women. And I don't know why that would make you so salty. But yeah, you got free drinks, so you must be hot. And if you were to have told nobody, then you never would have been embarrassed. And if you just accepted that and kind of just continued on the date, maybe you would have liked Chad. And maybe he would have stopped going on 1 to 2 dates a night or 3 to 4 dates a weekend. You know? Chad's just trying to... Some of us use rifles. And Chad's out here with a shotgun getting his spread. And dude, it's gonna work. I'll bet Chad has a fucking girlfriend right now. Cause he's just been fucking popping off shots. He's He's duck hunting. He's gonna get a couple kills. You always do. Some of us are out here looking for deer. And I don't mean that in the respect that deer are better than ducks. I mean, like, you're gonna have to kill a couple ducks before you find your prize hen. But, you know, it's just, he's not doing a bad thing. All right? That's all I got to say about that. During my separation from my husband, I was trying to be more fun because I wanted to get back with him. He always begged me to have sex with a guy so he could watch. And I never did. He was throwing a small party, literally roofied me. Parentheses, never did drugs, just a little weed in high school. He thought that would get me relaxed for his, that's just date rape, for his friend that wanted to have sex with me. Regardless, I passed out so bad I couldn't move. Not only did I throw up on his new expensive bedspread, but I pooped all over his floor as I crawled to the shower. Ha 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 ha. Needless to say, we never got back together. I didn't want to anymore after that. I needed to accept that I was a good person and didn't need to do drugs and have sex with other dudes to be loved. We've been best friends ever since. About 10 years, and I remarried a prince that would never, ever want to see me with anyone but him. Love lives. Heart emoji. Parentheses, you are the third person that knows that story. That's how personal it is, and I dig your cause. Peace. Peace to you. Thank you for that. So, here's how I feel about this one. There's no one, you don't need to prove that you're fun to anyone. You're gonna find someone who thinks that you are fun in the way that you are. You don't need to change who you are to be with anyone. And you definitely don't need to get roofied. That's nuts. Like, just rereading for a second. Here's what, this was a sign. The sign, you throwing up and shitting was a sign that you should expel this relationship from your life, as the poop and vomit was expelled from your innards. And I'm glad you found someone else, because that's kind of wild, and you shouldn't have to feel like you need to do ridiculous things like this to be loved. That's crazy as hell. And I also don't understand. I'd never thought cuckolding was a real thing. I didn't know people actually wanted to see their wives just get smashed. I would never want to see my wife get smashed. You know, if I saw my wife getting smashed, I would probably Hulk smash with a baseball bat. That's nuts, dude. I can't imagine wanting to see the woman that I supposedly love get dogged out. Well, I don't know. Somehow you guys are friends still after he roofied you? I don't know. You must have been like not that mad about it or whatever. Or maybe you talked about it before. I don't know. It's just, if it's all good, it's all good, which is good. But damn, I'm happy you found someone else. And thank you for sharing. Okay, it says, backstory. I'm a 20-year-old, in quotations, virgin. I use the term lightly, comma, like I'm talking never been kissed, fucked, anything, exclamation point. I would start to use the term more heavily, because no one's ever even touched you. You're you're the virgin of all virgins. There's no room for you to be using this term lightly. It describes your every fiber. All right, carrying on though. The ironic part is I'm addicted to masturbating and fucking my, in parentheses, unhealthy amount of toys. But I'm too emotionally scared to actually have sex with a guy. Okay. Most guys, they don't want to wife you up. And all right, here's the thing though. I think maybe you're kind of looking from the point where you think that like you're going to have sex and then you're just going to be unable to ever move on from like just your unconditional love for this person. But that happens to everyone once in their lives. And 20 years old, it's really not the time you want that to happen. Like, that ship should have probably sailed by now. Nevertheless, it has not. And you gotta get it out of the way. Like, it has to fucking happen at one point. You can't go on the rest of your life just masturbating. You could. I guess you could. But there's something about this right here that you're going to want to hop on board that train. And what I suggest to you, you find someone that you absolutely hate their every bone in their body. You could never fall in love with them emotionally in any way, shape, or form. So what you do now after that is you get fucked. And then after that, you move on. And now you're not a virgin anymore. Yeah, that's my advice to you. Alright, this one goes. I've masturbated to my friend's hot girlfriend's slutty visco pics. Best to be anonymous. Okay, bro. I don't know who you are. Don't worry about it. I'm going to assume this is coming from someone around my age. Okay, so 21 years old. I'm going to assume you're a 21-year-old guy and you're jerking it to your boy's girl's visco. Here's how I feel about that. Back when I was maybe like 16 or 17, when visco first became a thing, then girls were just throwing up slutty pictures. That was the place. Yes. Yeah. Have I ever jerked off to visco before? In high school? Countless times. Yes. At age 21? No. Not even once in the past 5 years. Probably. I'm not good at math. Don't fucking math check me. But also, the your friend's hot girlfriends. There are so many good-looking women in this vast universe that we have. Dude, just like, if I found out one of my boys was cranking it to pictures of my girlfriend in a bikini, I would slap that motherfucker. That's weird as hell. That's weird as hell, man. I think that you bury this deep down inside yourself and you don't continue this behavior. Stop it. All right, that's what I got for you. Welp, yo. I dated a chick for 5 years, spent mad coin on this chick. Then my senior year, she ends up fucking my best bud, yo. And I ended up beating his ass in school and got 10 days out of school suspension. First day back, did it again. Moral of the story, women suck and could give two fucks. This happened to me like 3 times. Not gonna lie, Chief. Alright, here's the thing, bro. Or should I say Chief? You either have the wackest dick of all fucking time, or dude, nah, you have the wackest dick of all fucking time. You have to figure out, if it's small, you have to figure out how to maneuver it and just make it pop in there. And you owe your best bud 2 apologies. Nah, you owe him 1. The second time, not called for. The first time, I feel that. Like, because if he's going to fuck your girl after 5 years, I understand why you'd want to beat his ass. But your girl fucking someone else 3 times? Dude, I don't know. You must be extremely clingy and have a shitty ass sex game, dude. You have to A, take a step back, and B, Google some sex moves or something, dude, because you clearly cannot satisfy a woman. And a woman's not going to be loyal to you if you can't make it pop. Fuck, bro. Just stop getting cheated on. Or, you know what? Stop choosing the worst women in the world. Stop falling in love with whores. That's another thing. That's another possibility. Maybe every time a woman will have sex with you, you're like, this is the one. And that's whack as fuck, too. Basically, what I'm saying is this all starts with you. And you gotta figure that the fuck out. Alright, Chief? Okay. I had sex with a girl in the bathroom of my fraternity and choked her so hard she went unconscious. Okay, so when a girl tells you that to choke her, she doesn't mean incapacitate her. You're not supposed to knock her out cold. That's like OD as hell. You just can't do that. That's not chill. But I sometimes masturbate into condoms. Parentheses. If you haven't done it, you aren't a real person. I used to jack off to my mom's Lily Pulitzer magazines because I was too scared to watch. This guy's just like rattling off like weird shit. This is like his resume of weird shit. This isn't even a fucking story. One time I took a gas station Viagra pill and almost went to the hospital because my dick felt like it was going to literally explode. And the girl that I thought I was about to fuck wasn't about it. So she watched me sit there in agony. Dude, what the fuck's going on with you, bro? And then he goes, who the fuck are you? I only found out about your account from Barstool, but you're hella funny. Dude, who are you though, bro? You're gonna tell me about how you used to jack off to your mom's fucking fashion magazines or whatever the fuck that is, and that you accidentally incapacitated a woman during sex? And then you're gonna ask me who I am? Bruh. Like, what? I don't even know what to say. Gas station boner pills, though, some of my boys take those. I don't even know why. Like, you can't be taking, like, Rhino Extreme Strength. Like, does that sound like it's FDA approved? I don't think so. And I think probably if you were to just jerk off into a condom like you say you enjoy, which I've done before, but like when I was a child, you probably would have been chill. Next time you're gonna choke a woman during sex, is if she wants that, do it less hard and for not as long. That's the only concrete advice I really have for you. Other than that, I'd say maybe seek peace in life. You know? Try and find a happy place. hmm Maybe do therapy too. Because I was kind of looking for just like weird stories. And you just started venting about weird stuff. Which is chill. I thought it's, yeah. Okay. At 20 years old, I had a construction job and I had to do an overnight at a middle school. There was a point where between the hours of 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., I was so zooted off energy drinks that I couldn't nap. So I went into the locker room bathroom and jerked my piece. Ever since that day, I've been wondering if that was illegal in a way. Thoughts? Well, here's the thing. You're in a middle school, so the children that attend this school are what, ages 10 to 13, I believe. If there were children, if school was in session, I would say lock you up. But the deal here is, between the hours of 2 and 5 a.m., 5 a.m.'s pushing it because maybe teachers are starting to roll in and stuff like that. But, you know what, man? I think what they don't know won't hurt them because, there's no children around. So, I'd say it's a fair send and you're okay. But is it illegal, though? Absolutely. Super illegal. So illegal. Next one here, though, is just straight up. I had sex in the slide of my elementary school playground. Now, again, what I would like to know here is the hours of operation. If anyone was around. If someone's around, like, you're going in the sex offender registry. You cannot do that. But if you... I mean, that's risky. There's a lot of nostalgia in play, though. It could be worth the risk, maybe if it's around, again, hours of 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Maybe you can fuck in a slide. Other than that, though, I think you're kind of pushing it. It might not be a move. All I know is, like, I like beds. I'll do a car. Why a slide? I'll do a park bench. Nah, I don't know about park bench. I'll do, like, middle of the forest. I fuck with that. Or just, like, on the side of a cliff with, like, a scenic view. I fuck with that. Get a little weed in the system. Look off into the distance as you're really just getting up in there. I would fuck with that. But slide, like, you can traumatize children. Like, I don't know if that's really my steez. I don't know if it should be anyone's steez. But hey, you did it. And you didn't get arrested, the both of yous. So, let's move on with our lives and maybe make smarter decisions in the future. Alas, good stories. All right, we're moving on. When I was 16, my boyfriend and I would hang out in his basement, which was basically our sex dungeon. So one day we headed down to watch TV. Yeah, I remember those days. We always played it safe, so when we were finished, my boyfriend took his condom off, and right as he was taking it off, we could hear footsteps coming down the stairs. It was a parade of his family. Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, coming down the stairs. Luckily, I still had my top on, but I scrambled to hide my pants and underwear behind the couch cushions, and my boyfriend had to hide his used condom under the couch. As they made their way over to the room, it smelled of hot sex and ribbed condom. In parentheses, you know the smell. My face beat red, my heart pounding, and my crotch dripping. His grandmom asked why we didn't stand up to say hello. She knelt down right by the condom, and all I could think was, please, for the love of God, don't step on that condom. We were literally half naked, just orgasmed, and now hugging his grandparents. I could feel his parents' eyes burning through my soul, like they knew what we were doing, and this was our punishment. Well, you know what? Honestly, I think you maybe deserve it a little bit if you're gonna go to Pound Town with Gram and Grandpa in the house. Like Nana and Pop. You're gonna start fucking with them there? Jesus Christ. They probably came down to say goodbye before they go to the Old Country Buffet or CC's, maybe Texas Roadhouse. Like they were coming to say goodbye, I believe. That's what families do. They pull up on you squatted when they're about to dip out somewhere. So why didn't you just wait for that movement and then be like, oh no, like we're kind of tired, we're just gonna hang out here. I don't really feel like going, like I'm not hungry. Like they pulled up with you ganged out and they were gonna ask you if you wanted to go get tacos. All you had to do was wait and like not be so horny that you start fucking with Nina in the house. You know, like just a little more respect for your elders. I feel for you with the parents staring through your soul thing, though, because that's super painful, and I've been there. But you kind of deserve it. Maybe if it was just your parents and then you just be sly. But Gramps needs none of that. Like, he might have fought in a war. He doesn't need more bullshit in his life. And Gram, you wouldn't be here without her. So you're just gonna start fucking? Come on. Yeah, that's it. Alright. My fuck buddy used to roommate with her cousin, and her cousin treated her like absolute shit. Only talking to her when she needed something. Talking shit behind her back to her family. Leaving the apartment a mess. And giving her really bad anxiety. I mean, yeah, people like that are the fucking worst. I feel you. Sounds like a shitty person. Anyways, so one night we're going at it on the couch while her cousin isn't home, as most people do when you're a broke-ass college kid who can't afford a private apartment. So during Cowgirl, she whispers into my ear, saying we should go to her cousin's bed, and in the moment, I don't even think twice. I pick her up because she was already on my lap like a horny koala, and we go start bumping on her cousin's bed. Hands down, the best sex we've had in a while, as we spill his and hers love juice on the bed and don't even make an effort to clean it up. Some will say it's unjustified, but it was quite a bit of fun. In the moment, we probably hoped her cousin would walk in. Still good friends with her to this day. Who is? You said that she hated her. That part throws me off. But, alright, so that was definitely one of our more memorable nights. Also, I think it gave her more confidence and helped with her anxiety. Alright, so I for one, I am someone who thinks that it is unjustified. But am I someone who thinks that it wasn't a sweet story and a good way to get back at her? That's true. I think that. But I think a better way, how I live, is if someone's going to really be pissing me off like that, I'm just going to straight up excommunicate them from my entire life. Or if I have to deal with them, like in that situation right there, you gotta speak up and you gotta be like, yo, you fucking suck. You know? Maybe it's someone you work with, maybe it's someone that is friends with a friend and then you have to chill with them all the time. It's better to, and it gives you more confidence and it gets rid of your anxiety to just be straight up like, yo, like you fucking suck and you gotta stop sucking a ton. And that usually changes everything. That switches up the game, evens out the playing field. And also, you don't have to do something where you're like, was that justified? Because like if it's how you feel, like you say it. You know, it brings you places in life. Just fucking say how you feel at all times, forever, until you die, and you'll die happy. All right.